Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The day at the Natural Hair Expo. Yeah, y'all, unlike some people, some women, yeah, that's a little dig. I don't spend all my time on YouTube or anything, right? You know, I really don't. I don't have time to be spending, I got two sons and stuff. It's like, shoot. And they're at that age. I'd rather spend a day with them. I give y'all an hour or two. I might watch a video here and there. But, So, this past Sunday, decided to go to the Baltimore Natural Hair Expo. Now, usually, I set up a table there, sell some of my books. In fact, the creator of the expo, she was just like, she gave me a look. She said, "Hey, Rom, you weren't here." I mean, she usually give me the hookup too. She go out her way to give me a hookup. Bruh, don't be paying that much and get me a good spot. I ain't feel like it though this year and stuff because, well, just didn't feel like it. Sometimes I just want to walk around and chill, get some good food, some good vegan food. Because I ain't really vegan, but sometimes they have some good food at those things too. But, the main thing is hair. Anyway, I purposely drove through Baltimore to get there because it was at Coppin State University. And people familiar with Coppin State, they know it's on North Avenue. And North Avenue, that was that avenue when Baltimore was going through that uprising a couple years ago. That was like the main Ave. That was the strip right there. As an aside, some of the people in some of those pictures and stuff trying to bring the peace, I actually know them. But that's neither here nor there. But check it out, right? So I'm driving through Baltimore and, I was just peeping, got the fellas hustling some stuff, driving through, people just hanging out on the street. I had to drive through a couple people. It was like Walking Dead out there. You got one coming traffic, somebody just walking across the street. And, the significance of all that I'll get back to later, right? But, the Hair Expo, two things. One, I'm a brother who, I'm still the loafer brother, but I love me a natural hair sister. I really don't know why black women don't get that one point. Or they act like only white guys like natural hair. No, that's just an excuse. A lot of brothers like natural hair. Some don't. And of course, many women focus on that. But no, a lot of brothers like natural hair. As long as you keep it up. Shit. And you got a big booty though. Shoot, no, I just threw that in. No, but straight up, there's a lot of brothers out there who sincerely like natural hair. But, the ladies just going, the ladies, they try to act like it don't just because they, just to come up with an excuse or rationale why they don't want to deal with brothers. Like, oh, he won't like my natural hair. Well, there were a lot of brothers at this thing too, so. Which brings me to something else about the expo. It was just beautiful seeing so many black people just working together. When I went to different booths, there was a whole lot of it. It was either a couple or several families. Like there was this one booth I always get art from. I got like 3 pieces of art. It's a brother. He real quiet though, so it's usually his wife and children be there, right? And I got some art from them, and I see them all the time. They just be hustling. They be hustling as a family. And then, another time I'm standing in this long line to get some lemonade for my picky eating sons. Because I'm like, I could just get some tea over here. It's like, no, we want some pink lemonade. And, this family, they had the kids, cooking up the food, or somebody cooking up the food, the kids running the food to the stand and everything. And, and it was a lot of that. It was a lot of that. And you know what the beauty of it was? It was just black men and black women working together, right? That's the thing I got from it. And I just hung out there 3 hours in energy because I could walk the whole floor in like about half an hour, really. get what I want and get out. But sometimes, seeing some fine sisters, giving a brother a nice little hug. And as y'all seen the thumbnail, met Thelma from Good Times, Bernadette Stannis. You know what? That was a cool sister. That was a real cool sister. Really well kept and stuff. Made her smile a little bit because she was telling me how she was the first black female teenager on TV, right? And I was like, well, when you first came on, I was a little kid, so you couldn't have been that old. You were just tall, right? She looked at me like, smiled and whatnot. It was cool though, man. But beautiful spirit, man. Just beautiful, cool and whatnot, man. And he had met this one holistic doctor, right? All that dude did, he rubbed something on like my hand. He said, "Where you have some pain?" And I said, like on the side of my hand, right, my left hand. Man, that dude rubbed something on there. Waited about 30 seconds. Then he bent it a certain way, and that dude told me about every ailment in my damn body. Not just the pain there. He said, yeah, you got this going on. You got some pain right there. You got some pain in your shoulders. I had some pain because I had some sinus pressure. That dude talked about that. I was like, oh, dang. I mean, look, I'm going to just tell y'all something now. And this is no shade against people of other races who listen to my videos. But in the black community, we got some talent. And we could probably heal everything. I'm just going to put that out there. We stop tripping a little bit, stop being caught up in this whole matrix and whatnot, and expand our minds. We got something for everything. I mean, this dude didn't know me from Jack. All he did was, he was telling me where I had because even in my wrist, I had it was probably actually a broken bone. Probably never healed right. And he told me that. He was like, yeah, you got that there? I was like, oh, snap. He ain't put his hand on me anywhere other than that one place. I was like, hold up, that dude could tell all that? Shoot. And it was cool, man. It was just cool just to see that. And I'm not gonna lie, it just made me think about all this bullshit going on YouTube. Black men and black women going at each other with all these lists and people talking attorneys and all of that. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't think some of y'all get it. I mean, the reality is there's people working together. I mean, that's a reality. You can't help what you actually looking at. And I guarantee the overwhelming majority of people there don't have any idea about this gender war. And this is going to seem petty of me, but they probably really don't care about the, thoughts of some bougie ass sisters who they probably wouldn't hang out with. And I'm just being real with y'all. And even, look, I'm even say, they probably ain't worried about what some of the brothers are saying, to be honest with you. They just working together. And that was cool, man. That was cool. That's why I like being in that energy. Because it lets me know that some of this is worth it. Now, I know some people say, well, that's one group. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Because on the real, for real, everybody ain't going to make it anyway. That's just it. All right? But some people get it, right? Because like I said, you had couples working together. You had whole families working together. And, it was economic empowerment. That's how, if you look at these major corporations, businesses and everything, they all started out as family enterprises. See, when men and women get together, it's not just about some romance and sex, or the woman getting with the man after he already done made it. It's about a man and a woman getting together, working together to build some shit. And that's what I saw there. They were building some stuff. And that's what I'm about. Some real economic empowerment. That's some bullshit like, well, you ain't on my level and stuff, or I can do bad by myself, or some bullshit. No. Some people get it. You got to build together. Because quite frankly, if you some person talking about how independent you are, but you know what? Those degrees, those degrees, those all that material stuff. What that mean if nobody attending your funeral or something, and they can't remember you, or you can't take none of that with you, and you haven't left a legacy. And that's mostly women, but yeah, some guys too. But I think men understand leaving a legacy a little bit better. So, it made me think about that. But then, you know what, too? I thought about driving back. And for people in Baltimore, right along North Avenue, y'all know how it look over there. Y'all know. Not even how it look, but you just the people on the street. Not really doing anything. They're just hanging out. And you know what? As I was driving along there, doors were locked. Now I don't worry about that stuff. I'm just messing with y'all on that. But yeah, they were locked. But it was just like I was like, I wonder how many of those people really care about some hit lists. Seriously, I was like, how many of them care that somebody got their feelings hurt or were talked about online? You got people out there trying to survive and shit. I mean, how many of these people, seriously, or even, and that goes for the men and women. I know we got a lot of dudes on Facebook. Yeah, that too, but YouTube. But let's be real. I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm gonna take this upon myself. My thing is YouTube is just one thing. I'm gonna measure my success about how many men go out here and build businesses and build families and build legacies. That's what I'm about. However you have to do it. I'm about some men getting out here and like coaching football and stuff, which many do, or coaching basketball, working with some kids and stuff, in the community. When I'm out there driving, I'm seeing all this, I'm thinking, all right, because like real quick right now, a lot of brothers behind this this hit list thing like started new channels. I was planning to do that anyway, which was going to be dedicated just to hustling. And I mean like legitimate stuff, like business, like just talking about some issues that brothers building a business have to build, like, sleeping on an air mattress for a year or something, or having your business but taking some extra job, keep the bills paid or something like that. Because that's what I'm about. And I see this and I'm thinking, okay, what can I do? All right, well, maybe I can get, really put the idea out there. I mean, a lot of brothers out there doing their thing. Like, even if they just selling some water, on the corner when it gets hot. Or, sometimes I might, driving through the city, sometimes I see some brothers just pushing some lawnmowers around. That's what I'm about. I'm like, the woman part, the relationship part, that's a small part of it. Because let's be real, and this is for the men. A big part of the relationship issue is just the economic empowerment thing. Now, I know there's some brothers out there making six figures, but then there's some brothers out there struggling too. My idea of success in changing the community is creating a bunch of critical mass of black men who are like creating, who are economically empowered. And like I said, this isn't shade against any other race or anything, but men of other races already understand this. And the thing is, we do have some brothers who get this, but not enough. So my thing is, I'm trying to create more. Because, when I drive through the city, this is the real life. This ain't sitting in front of some camera or sitting in front of some mic. But, when I see what I see, I'm like, or when I drive past empty buildings, I think about some of the men who've bought my book and who are flipping houses now, rehabbing houses and flipping them. We got at least 2 dudes who bought my stuff. I know that, do just that. One rehabs, he got a contract in business. The other one, he just flip houses. That's what I'm thinking about. Because I'm thinking about, I know there's a big argument over doing stuff in the community and all of that. And, especially why classic men should come back to the community. Well, you know what? Maybe they don't. But you know what? You still got dudes in that community who will listen to me. I can go in any community. I don't care how gully the inner city of it or how gully it is. I could walk through there. I start talking to some brothers because you know what? Rom can roll that way. They feeling me. They are feeling me. Because I used to go in places like that unarmed. Because they just take a look at me. They're like, shoot. They be thinking I'm their cousin or something. Or Uncle Junior or them or something. But nah. And then I started talking to them. Because I know a lot of people got stuff against some of these street dudes and stuff. But like I said, these street dudes. Let me talk to any street dude for 15 minutes. And that dude will lay out a body for me. Let me take 15 minutes. So, and I'm seeing all this, and, I'm going to tell you the truth. One of the things it did, and like getting back to that whole hit list thing, to me, it made it real silly. And this video ain't about that hit list, but, it gives you a perspective. You see black people working together, then you see also, in one instance, but then you see some black people they're aimless, men and women, and see my energy, I don't like I say, I don't have time for that little shit. That's some little childish shit, okay? I'm about building, and my idea of building is building men, and then men, we create these structures, we make the change overall, and you don't have to live there to do it. Shoot. Hell, hire somebody already there. They let them do it. And that's how I'm trying to be. Cause I've actually had people hustle books for me. Get books for me and just hustle them. So I've done some distribution. So and legitimate distribution. I know somebody thinking, damn, I knew Ron was on some thug shit. Nah, I don't know nobody named Barksdale. So anyway, that's it, y'all. It was a good time, and I got to meet Thelma. I told her straight up, hey, it's like I had a crush on you. It was a great time and stuff, man. It was a great time, but also gave me a perspective, man. And that's one thing I would say to all the listeners and stuff, right? Male or female, really. Look at the bigger picture, Some of this shit going on now on YouTube is some bullshit. It's some bullshit. And it's like, anybody want, I'm going to be straight up. If I want to, if somebody, especially some women, got some issue with what I just said, you know what? Tell me what you're doing out there in the street. Tell me about the mentoring program you got. And I'm dead serious. Even if it's just taking some young person on your job and just talking to them. Tell me about that. I don't want to hear about some flagging or some bullshit like that. I really don't. I don't have time for it. And that's for the fellas too. I mean, maybe formally and informally. I've mentored a lot of young dudes over the years, informally. And I've also coached some sports and stuff. So, just get out here, and my thing is just putting that knowledge out to grow men, because then once from that point, the men can create whatever. And that's how and I've told somebody before, that's how I count success. I don't count it in how much money I got. Money don't mean nothing to me other than to keep my bills paid and put some food in my stomach, which lately I've been putting a little too much, so brother man gotta work out. But seriously, when I can drive through neighborhoods like that, in places like that, and the men are walking around with purpose and walking with their heads high because, they either have some type of business or they working with somebody, an independent business person, something, then I'm just gonna be like, you know what? If any hand I can have in that, I'm good to go. So anyway, I didn't really mean for this to be that long, but. And I know I started off talking about a hair expo, but yeah, I'm going to just say this about me. Everything is holistic. I don't separate who I am. Even no matter what, I'm always paying attention to shit. I'm always paying attention, and that's just who I am. Because it's all connected at the end of the day. And that's really the greatest lesson everybody has to understand. At the end of the day, especially black folks, we're connected. We don't want to believe so. We'll say, well, I ain't with him or I ain't with her. Nah. Like it or not, we rise together. Or we fall together. So, yeah, just think about that. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.